I've always been told that I'm too small, I'm not big enough, I'm not fast enough. I don't have what it takes to be the best and stay there. Sweat is necessary. Walter and Jerry had their heels, never being comfortable with just good enough.
There may be no gaming franchise that is more criticized than EA Sports' Madden NFL series. Year after year, fans tear the newest iteration of the game apart, mainly citing a lack of innovation in gameplay and the reusing of certain modes while calling it a $60 roster upgrade. Fans were really asking for some innovation and advancement in the series, and in some ways they certainly got it in Madden NFL 13. However, some surprising omissions left a lot of fans scratching their heads in confusion. The largest upgrade EA Sports made in the core gameplay is in the form of the Infinity Engine. This engine does away with canned animations for tackles, instead relying on real-life attributes of players to determine the outcome of collisions on the field. A larger running back like Adrian Peterson will then be able to run over larger defenders, where a smaller, quicker running back such as Darren Sproles has a better ability to bounce off tacklers and continue the play. This adds an unpredictability to each play that is welcomed and appreciated. In previous Madden games, when you saw a certain animation start, you could tell whether or not your player was going to be tackled or be able to keep running. Madden NFL 13 does away with this, creating a more fluid, realistic experience. Since this is its first year of inclusion, the engine has a few problems. Occasionally, a collision will result in two players becoming entangled with each other, resulting in some awkward and frequently humorous situations where they twitch and struggle amongst themselves to regain their footing. Other players sometimes get involved after the play, tripping and falling all over each other. Overall, though, the Infinity Engine is a fabulous addition to the Madden NFL series. The passing game remains largely the same, but adds new quarterback drop-back animations to the mix. Additionally, receiver icons are now grayed out until the receivers turn their heads and are ready for the ball, adding even more realism to the already good passing game. Most of the improvements are actually on the defensive side of the ball. The linebackers no longer have superhuman-like instincts when defending the zone, and bat balls out of the air far less frequently, which was a common complaint of the fans. The commentary team from last year has been replaced again. Gus Johnson and Chris Collinsworth have been swapped out for CBS's premier duo, Jim Nantz and Phil Simms. Along with them, the presentation of the games has been improved greatly, featuring CBS-style graphics and camera angles during the pregame show. This show now shows Nantz and Simms in the booth with unique, stadium-specific backgrounds behind them, creating a TV-style presentation. Despite the fact that Phil and Jim's avatars look a little robotic, it's still a much-needed breath of fresh air for the presentation. The biggest addition to the series outside of the core gameplay is the inclusion of a new mode called Connected Careers. Connected Careers branches off into two categories: Be a Coach and Be a Player. In Be a Coach, you take the head of any NFL team, allowing you to do many functions you have previously done in what was known as franchise mode. In addition to playing games and setting your roster, you can also scout players, use earned XP to improve your player attributes, and control the outcomes of contracts and the NFL draft for your team. What keeps this from being a true franchise mode are all of the NFL owner-style decisions, such as ticket prices, stadium upgrades, and front office decisions. While a large portion of the gaming community misses certain aspects of franchise mode that have been removed, it still remains a robust mode with a lot of customization options. Be a Player mode is rather self-explanatory. Similar to Madden's Superstar mode, you take control of a player, any player, and guide him through a career. Like Be a Coach mode, this player earns XP based on performance, and it can be used to increase individual attributes. A wonderful thing about Connected Careers is that it is seamless. Throughout a 30-year time period, you can switch from coach to player as often as you wish. If you get tired of coaching the Indianapolis Colts, you can switch over to controlling the career of Robert Griffin III, and so on and so on. It's a great feature that provides flexibility and doesn't lock you into something without having to start over. While it didn't provide everything the fans wanted, Madden NFL 13 made a huge step forward in regards to innovation. The core gameplay is as good as ever, and the addition of the Infinity Engine and connected careers have improved and streamlined the experience, making it more user-friendly and accessible. The online interactivity is as good as ever, and this game should provide NFL fans with more than enough virtual gridiron action.
The kick is through for 3. This one could have gone either way. Each side made some spectacular plays to have come to an end, and what a game it was. And coming up next is the post-game wrap-up, brought to you by Gatorade. Gatorade dominate the 5th quarter.